Hi guys, this is Andrew at FloryPB. This is the board manual for the G3, G4, E1, maybe G3 Spec R, maybe E2 board. Board is in place from the last video. We are in firing mode. We're ready to fire right now. If you don't have anything in your breech and you hold your trigger, you get a forced shot. If the eye sees something, it turns it blue. For fire, green is safe. There's nothing in your breech. Blue is firing. If the board doesn't see a gap between the time that you pull the trigger and a gap in the next paintball and your bolt, it goes into this flashing mode, which means eye malfunction or eyes are dirty or something like that. It could be a broken eye, but most likely your eyes are just dirty. And it will clear itself if it sees a ball leave the eyes and the eyes reconnect and come back. So when you're in eye malfunction mode, you can only shoot 10. If you're trying to shoot faster, it only goes 10 with eye malfunction. You have to turn the eyes off to shoot faster if you have it set that way. We're going to turn the marker off now. Now, hard to do this with this board, but let me try to. Right up here is your 4-pack of dip switches. Dip switch 1 is your anti-bolt stick. Dip switch 2 is to turn eyes on or off to start. When they're on, when you have that on, the eyes start on. If you flip that off, the eyes start off. Dip switch 3 is your rate of fire cap. I normally just leave that on, but if you're playing without eyes, you might want to turn that off to make it shoot faster with eyes off. And then dip switch 4 is your tournament lock. If you have that off, you are now in tournament lock mode. So if you try to go into programming, it's just going to tell you your battery voltage level by blanks. I don't think I have that off fully. Sorry about that. All right, so now it's off fully. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a full battery. And then it goes right into play mode. If your battery doesn't, if your battery's not fully charged, it will flash 1 to 3 times depending on state of charge of the battery. Dang, sorry about that. So if I flip dip switch 4 back on, we can go into programming mode. To do that same thing, you hold the trigger, press down. Once the lights cycle, let go of the trigger, and you sit in your first programming mode, which, as the little manual in the case shows you, and you can find it on the QR code on the back of the board, the user's manual for the marker. First one is green. This is dwell. It's preset to 12. Next is red. This is rate of fire. It's preset to 10. Next is purple. This is your anti-mechanical bounce. So if you pull the trigger slow, you might develop some bounce. This is just set up to alleviate that. Not that important anymore, but when, you know, uncapped semi ruled, it was important. Next one is our ball and breech delay. So this is how long it needs to see a new ball go in before it lets the bolt fire. That's set to 3 milliseconds every half millisecond. Next mode is yellow. This is our fire mode. There are 4 fire modes on this marker. 1 is semi, 2 blinks is automatic, 3 is NXL legal ramp, modern NXL legal ramp, and 4 is a traditional parabolic ramping. So the faster you pull the trigger, the more balls it adds to it. Not legal to play with. Next mode is white. This is our incremental balls per second. So red is your 1 to 40 adjustment. This is your 0.1 to 0.9 adjustment. So if you want to sneak close to that 10.5, you can do that with this. in 0.1 increments. Last one is blue. This is our debounce. Debounce is set to 5 milliseconds. If you want more bouncy, you can bring it down. Want it less, you can bring it up. And to change a mode, just hold the trigger. When the light goes out, let go of it, and then put in the amount of that you want. I want to go back to 12. If you want to check something before you change it, because you might not know what it is, hold the trigger and count the flashes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now you have to reset this, whatever you're doing. So whatever you want, you have to reset this before you can move on. I'm going to set it back to 12. And then from there, you can, when you're done, you press the button. Until it turns off. Now if you just turn it on again, all your settings would be saved, and you're back in play mode. This is Andrew at FloryPB. This is the G3, G4, E1, and possibly some others board manual. Thank you guys for watching.